Okay, I will read first and second slide. Entering the new normal era, Indonesian people are starting to return to their normal activities. However, in order to maintain the safety and health of children, most of schools implement virtual system without face-to-face. This system is better known as online learning. As we know that online learning is a learning method uses interactive internet-based model and learning management system. Unlike conventional learning, studying online has its challenge. Students not only need supportive atmosphere to learn, but also media such as computer, gadget, and also etiquette of internet connection. So, why is online learning is good for the future of education system? Online learning is good for the future because online learning provides many benefits. Take into account that school might not be returning face-to-face classroom at least a few more months, with some experts predicting that online learning will be used as educational for the future. Some benefits that we get like online learning offers convenience and flexibility, give better learning experience, and more cost effective. So there are several advantages that you need to know about online learning. Okay, the next video will be delivered by Unica.
Okay, the first reason online learning good for the future because online learning offers convenience and flexibility. Most professionals found that can't continue with their education or upskilling because they could fit studies around their book schedules. The shifting to online learning platforms will find that online learning offers convenience and flexibility in timings and pace, allowing you to learn in your own time. Many online courses have strict timings only for submissions and deadlines. Those looking to brush up on their skills can use tutorial and videos between jobs to have the best of both worlds. According to research, more than 6 million students are currently taking online courses as a part of their higher education program feedback. Another reason is because online learning makes better learning experience given that students are allowed to learn at their own pace and are encouraged to hands-on experience over memorizing textbook. Online learning can offer a better learning experience. It also helps that students can attend class from place they are comfortable being in, which makes them more likely to approach learning with a positive attitude. The lack of pressure from commutes, class timings, and personal schedules leaves students with more energy to attend online class. According to Mrs. Christina Bipas Ausch, MSI, as Director of Studies UPMB Science 2006, learning through an online system is still the best during this pandemic. Time is still running and cannot be turned back. Based on research, the benefits of children staying in school are more than the drawbacks. The next video will be delivered by Fitri.
The last reason, because online learning more cost effective. According to a report published as part of Fordham's grading sound policy for digital learning series back, courses delivered via e-learning platforms tended to be £4,167 cheaper than classroom-based modules per person on average. Online learning is priced lower than traditional university courses and is also worth the cost. The fees often don't account for accommodation, textbooks, equipment, groceries, transport, and other factors that contribute to the full learning experience in traditional schooling. Online learning slashes most of these costs at least by half, leaving students to make the most of the affordable prices they've paid. Lower costs don't mean a decrease in quality. Lower costs ensure that a wider audience has access to the universities and courses that were once reserved for those with higher budgets. But, believe or not, You will spend more time studying and completing assignments in the online environment than you will in an on-campus course. How can that be? The online environment is text-based. To communicate with your instructor and other students, you must type messages, post responses, and otherwise communicate using your fingers, like through typing. As you can probably guess, typing is slower than speaking. Try reading each word as you type it and compare the difference if you had spoken in the same thing. In the same sense, reading your lecture materials can take more time than listening to an instructor deliver them. Although spoken lectures have a distinct disadvantage. If you are sitting in a classroom, it's likely that you'll miss a good percentage of what the instructor says. No matter how focused you are, it's human nature to zone out for brief periods of time. When you are reading, you will have a tendency to go back over the notes if you miss something and it takes more time. The point is that you will likely learn more in an online environment. But you will have to make a greater effort to accomplish the learning. Because of that, let's create a good online lecture for the future education system. We can start with creating online class schedule reminders, time discipline in assignments, listen carefully to the online lecture material presented, note important things about the lecture material, and looking for a room that makes you comfortable and high concentration. The ever-growing availability of online learning, which is perceived as beneficial by many people, well, others find it to be less effective. The emphasis can be given to its effectiveness to establish it as the most and more cost-effective learning method than the classroom teaching and good for the future education. Okay, that's explanation from us. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and say your name and then deliver your question. So, any questions?
Me.
Yes, please.
Okay. My name is Alif. I wanna ask, if do you think online learning is more effective? Then how about the lack of direct interaction between students and also between student and teachers? Because it will also affect students' academic achievement.
Okay, Ms. Arif, with the times and technology is also increasingly sophisticated. Now, interaction between students and teachers can be done with online learning media such as Zoom, Google Meet, and others. Can be said it is also direct contact because we can talk directly at the same time and see the person who we are talking to. Then, for the assessment collection systems, it can be done through applications such as Google Classroom, Psychology, and others. While the features in it make it easy for students to collect assessment and also easy for teachers to assess them, and it is considered more effective.
I don't think so. Direct interaction in the classroom is very necessary. It's funny if there is students but he or he doesn't know who their friends, who the teacher because they haven't met in person.
I don't think this is a big problem. As I said earlier, today's technology development is very sophisticated. We can't take advantage of this technology, that we have to keep up with the times. If we don't follow the times, of course we will be left behind. So, the interaction can be done via a meeting application that can be accessed via a cell phone or laptop. From there, students and teachers can do interactions. They can turn on the camera and turn on the audio to talk to each other so they can get to know each other. Well, it's also very effective for students who have long distance from school because they can save money and time too.
Yeah, that's so true. Thanks for explanation.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mas Ali, for your questions. And next, any question again?
Me,
Yes, please.
my name is Reza Rahman. I wanna ask, in your opinion, what is more effective between online learning and conventional learning in schools?
Okay, in my opinion, online learning is more effective than offline learning. The first reason is it can be accessed easily using a smartphone that connected with internet. You can access the material you want to study by implementing e-learning. You can carry out learning activities anywhere and anytime. The second reason is online learning is more affordable cost. We'll want to increase our knowledge without financial constraint. With an internet data, you can access variety learning material without worrying about missing lesson if you don't attend. No need to use public transportation or guess full cost. Next reason is the study time is flexible. Time to study can be done at any time without being tired of study hours. The last reason is board insight. By implementing e-learning, you can find many things that you didn't know before. This is because some of the subject material available on e-learning is not yet available in print media such as books, which are often used in conventional teaching learning methods.
Sorry, but I don't think so. I think online learning is less effective because in learning, limited internet access. If you are in an area with no stable internet coverage, it will be difficult for you to access e-learning service. In addition, the price of internet data usage is still considered quite expensive for some people. Then, the lack of interaction between teacher and student in the teaching and learning process, and the lack of supervision in learning. Lack of supervision in conducting online learning makes e-learning users sometimes lose focus. With this easy access, some users tend to delay their study time. And the way I see it, offline learning also has advantage over online learning in conventional or offline learning. First, students can interact directly with friends and teachers. Students who study with several friends and are taught directly by the teacher will improve their socialization skills. This ability is useful for his future. They will be more flexible and confident in dealing with other people. Second, can ask directly to the teacher. Students are certainly more comfortable because they can communicate directly. If there are difficulties in a chapter, students can ask questions directly and the teacher will explain the material that has not been understood until students understand it well. Then students have a definite study schedule. This definite schedule will allow them to make the most of their study time. Train students to be disciplined and responsible in using their time. And after, more concentration. Learning offline or face-to-face allows students to prepare time and mind to actually study, so that they are more concentrated because there is no distraction that will disturb them.
Okay, actually, I can say that each online learning and offline learning has its advantages and disadvantages. However, in this pandemic era, I think online learning is the best method to do learning activity. And who knows, one day, online learning can be used as alternative to do learning in the future. So that's clear, Mas Reza?
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Reza, for your question.